Journey Band.
Journey is an American rock band formed in San Francisco in 1973 by former members of Santana and Frumious Bandersnatch. The band has gone through several phases. Its strongest commercial success occurred between 1978 and 1987, after which it temporarily disbanded. During that period, the band released a series of hit songs, including 1981's Don't Stop Believin', which in 2009 became the top-selling catalog track in iTunes history. Its parent studio album, Escape, the band's eighth and most successful, reached number 1 on the Billboard 200 and yielded another of their most popular singles, Open Arms. Its 1983 follow-up, Frontiers, was almost as successful in the United States, reaching number 2 and spawning several successful singles. It broadened the band's appeal in the United Kingdom, where it reached number 6 on the UK Albums Chart. Journey enjoyed a successful reunion in the mid-1990s, and later regrouped with a series of lead singers. Sales have resulted in 2 gold albums, 8 multi-platinum albums, and 1 diamond album, including 7 consecutive multi-platinum albums between 1978 and 1987. They have had 18 top 40 singles in the US, the second most without a Billboard Hot 100 number 1 single behind Electric Light Orchestra with 20, 6 of which reached the top 10 of the US chart and 2 of which reached number 1 on other Billboard charts, and a number 6 hit on the UK singles chart and Don't Stop Believin'. Originally a progressive rock band, Journey was described by AllMusic as having cemented a reputation as one of America's most beloved, and sometimes hated, commercial rock pop bands by 1978, when they redefined their sound by embracing traditional pop arrangements on their 4th album, Infinity. According to the Recording Industry Association of America, Journey has sold 47 million albums in the US, making them the 28th best-selling band. Their worldwide sales have reached over 80 million albums. A 2005 USA Today opinion poll named Journey the 5th best American rock band in history. Their songs have become arena rock staples and are still played on rock radio stations across the world.
History. Formation, 1973-76.
The original members of Journey came together in San Francisco in 1973 under the auspices of former Santana manager Herbie Herbert. Originally called the Golden Gate Rhythm Section and intended to serve as a backup group for established Bay Area artists, the band included recent Santana alumni Neil Schon on lead guitar and Greg Rowley on keyboards and lead vocals. Bassist Ross Valory and rhythm guitarist George Tickner, both of Frumious Bandersnatch, rounded out the group. Prairie Prince of the Tubes served as drummer. The band quickly abandoned the original backup group concept and developed a distinctive jazz fusion style. After an unsuccessful radio contest to name the group, roadie John Villanueva suggested the name Journey. The band's first public appearance came at the Winterland Ballroom on New Year's Eve, 1973. Prairie Prince rejoined the Tubes shortly thereafter, and the band hired British drummer Ainsley Dunbar, who had recently worked with John Lennon and Frank Zappa. On February 5, 1974, the new lineup made their debut at the Great American Music Hall and secured a recording contract with Columbia Records. Journey released their eponymous first album in 1975, and rhythm guitarist Tickner left the band before they cut their second album, Look Into the Future, 1976. Neither album achieved significant sales. Schon, Valory, and Dunbar took singing lessons in an attempt to add vocal harmonies to Rowley's lead. The following years next contained shorter tracks with more vocals, and featured Neil Schon as lead singer on 2 of the songs.
New musical direction, 1977-80.
Journey's album sales did not improve and Columbia Records requested that they change their musical style and add a frontman, with whom keyboardist Greg Rowley could share lead vocal duties. The band hired Robert Fleischman and transitioned to a more popular style, akin to that of Foreigner and Boston. Journey went on tour with Fleischman in 1977 and together the new incarnation of the band wrote the hit Wheel in the Sky. However, management differences resulted in Fleischman leaving within the year. In late 1977, Journey hired Steve Perry as their new lead singer. Perry added a clean, tenor sound and the band became a true pop act. Their fourth album, Infinity, 1978, reached number 21 on the album charts and gave the band their first RIAA-certified platinum album plus hit singles Lights, number 68 US and Wheel in the Sky, number 57 US. In late 1978, manager Herbie Herbert fired drummer Ainsley Dunbar, who joined Bay Area rivals Jefferson Starship shortly thereafter. He was replaced by Berkeley-trained jazz drummer Steve Smith. Perry, Sean, Rowley, Smith, and Valerie recorded 1979's Evolution, which gave the band their first Billboard Hot 100 Top 20 single, Lovin', Touchin', Squeezin', number 16. And 1980's Departure, which reached number 8 on the album charts and included the top 25 hit Any Way You Want It. Journey's newfound success brought the band an almost entirely new fan base. During the 1980 Departure World Tour, the band recorded a live album, Captured. They also recorded the soundtrack to the film Dream, After Dream while in Japan. Keyboardist Greg Rowley now left a successful band for the second time in his career. Keyboardist Stevie Keys Roseman was brought in to record the lone studio track for Captured, The Party's Over, Hopelessly in Love, but Rowley recommended pianist Jonathan Cain of the Babies as the permanent replacement. With Cain's replacement of Rowley's Hammond B3 organ with his own synthesizers, the band was poised for a new decade in which they would achieve their greatest musical success.
Height of popularity, 1981-83.
Journey released their eighth and biggest-selling studio album, Escape, in 1981. The album, which has thus far sold 9 times platinum, went to number 1 on the album charts that year, and included 3 top 10 hits, Who's Cryin' Now, Don't Stop Believin', and Open Arms. The last is Journey's highest charting single to date, staying at number 2 for 6 consecutive weeks and ranking at number 34 on Billboard's 1982 year-end Hot 100. MTV videotaped one of their 2 sold-out shows in Houston on November 6, 1981 in front of over 20,000 fans. Capitalizing on their success, the band recorded radio commercials for Budweiser and sold rights to their likenesses and music for use in 2 video games, the Journey arcade game by Bally Midway and Journey Escape by Data Age for the Atari 2600. This success was met with peaked criticism. The 1983 Rolling Stone Record Guide gave each of the band's albums only 1 star, with Dave Marsh writing that Journey was a dead end for San Francisco area rock. Marsh later would anoint Escape as one of the worst number 1 albums of all time. Journey's next album, 1983's Frontiers, continued their commercial success, reaching number 2 on the album charts, selling nearly 6 million copies. The album generated 4 top 40 hits, Separate Ways, Worlds Apart, which reached number 8, Faithfully, which reached number 12, Send Her My Love, and After the Fall, both of which reached number 23. But this time Journey had become one of the top touring and recording bands in the world. During the subsequent stadium tour, the band contracted with NFL Films to record a video documentary of their life on the road, Frontiers and Beyond. Scenes from the documentary were shot at JFK Stadium in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania with more than 80,000 fans in attendance.
Solo projects and more personnel changes, 1983-87.
After the Frontiers Stadium tour, Journey decided to take some time off. Lead singer Steve Perry and guitarist Neil Schon both pursued solo projects between 1982 and 1985. The band released 2 songs previously intended for Frontiers, Ask the Lonely, on the soundtrack to the movie Two of a Kind in 1983. And Only the Young, on the soundtrack to the movie Vision Quest in 1985. Only the Young reached number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. When Journey finally returned to record their 1986 album Raised on Radio, bass player Ross Valerie and drummer Steve Smith were fired from the band for musical and professional differences. Studio musicians handled the 2 vacant slots, including future American Idol judge Randy Jackson and established session player Larry London. The album went multi-platinum, selling over 2 million copies. It also produced 4 top 20 singles: Be Good to Yourself, number 9, I'll Be Alright Without You, number 14, Girl Can't Help It, and Suzanne, both of which reached number 17. The tour featured Jackson on bass and Mike Baird on drums, and was videotaped by MTV and made into a documentary, which included interviews with the current band members and concert footage of the Mountain Air Festival show in Angels Camp, California. But with Perry unable or unwilling to remain actively involved, the band cancelled the rest of the tour and went on an extended, indefinite hiatus in 1987.
Hiatus, 1987-95.
Sean and Kane would spend the rest of 1987 collaborating with artists such as Jimmy Barnes and Michael Bolton before teaming up with Kane's ex-Babies bandmates John Waite and Ricky Phillips to form the supergroup Bad English with drummer Dean Castronovo in 1988. Steve Smith devoted his time to his jazz bands, Vital Information and Steps Ahead, and teamed up with Ross Valory and original Journey keyboardist Greg Rowley to create The Storm with singer Kevin Chalfant and guitarist Josh Ramos. After the collapse of Bad English in 1991, Sean and Castronovo would form the glam metal band Hardline with brothers Johnny and Joey Gioeli, before joining Paul Rodgers' backing band in 1994. Kane would spend the next few years focusing on his solo career. Between 1987 and 1995, Columbia Records released 3 Journey compilations, including the 1988 Greatest Hits album, which remains the band's best-selling record. It continues to sell 500,000 to 1 million copies per year, and as of December 2008 was the 6th best-selling Greatest Hits package in the United States.
Reunion, 1995-97.
In 1991 Perry, Sean, and Kane briefly reunited to perform Faithfully and Lights at the tribute concert for promoter Bill Graham. In October 1993, Kevin Chalfant, of The Storm, performed with Neil Sean and Jonathan Kane at a roast for manager Herbie Herbert. After that, Sean, Kane, Valory, Smith and Rowley briefly considered reuniting the band with Chalfant as lead singer. But in 1995, Steve Perry agreed to a reunion in the condition that they seek new management. Herbie Herbert was fired, and Eagles manager Irving Azoff was retained. In 1995 the Escape and Frontiers lineup, Perry, Sean, Kane, Valory, and Smith, reunited to record Trial by Fire. Released in 1996, the album included the hit single, When You Love a Woman, which reached number 12 on the Billboard charts, ranked at number 36 on Billboard's 1996 year-end Hot 100, and was nominated in 1997 for a Grammy Award for Best Pop Performance by a Duo or Group with Vocal. The album also produced 3 top 40 mainstream rock tracks, Message of Love reaching number 18, Can't Tame the Lion reaching number 33, and If He Should Break Your Heart reaching number 38. Plans for a subsequent tour ended when Perry injured his hip while hiking in Hawaii in the summer of 1997, and could not perform without hip replacement surgery, which he for some time refused to undergo. In 1998, Sean and Kane decided to seek a new lead singer, at which point drummer Steve Smith left the band as well.
Lead singer replaced, 1998-present.
In 1998, Journey replaced Steve Perry with Steve Ojeri, formerly of Taiketo and Tall Stories. The band hired drummer Dean Castronovo, Sean's and Kane's Bad English bandmate, and drummer for Hardline, to replace Steve Smith. The band released their next studio album, Arrival, in 2001. All the Way became a minor adult contemporary hit from the album. In 2002, the band released a 4-track CD titled Red 13, with an album cover design chosen through a fan contest. In 2005 the band was inducted into the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and Steve Perry surprised many attendees by showing up for the event. Also in 2005, Journey embarked on their 30th anniversary tour, and released their 12th full-length studio album, Generations, in which each band member performed lead vocals on at least one song. In July 2006, Steve Augeri was dropped from the band while they toured with Def Leppard, the band citing a chronic throat infection. Augeri had been suffering from vocal attrition problems since 2003 and Journey had been accused of using pre-recorded lead vocals. For nearly a year Jeff Scott Soto from Talisman filled in, with the band for several months referring to Soto as Journey's official lead singer. But in June 2007 the band announced that Soto was no longer the lead singer. That spring HBO aired the finale of the series The Sopranos, concluding with Journey's Don't Stop Believin' emanating from a diner jukebox. Without a lead singer, the band found itself unable to tour to capitalize on the heightened nostalgia for 1980s music demonstrated by the show. In the summer of 2007, Journey began searching for a new lead singer. After Jonathan Cain and Neil Schon found videos of Jeremy Hunziker performing with his Journey tribute band Frontiers on YouTube, they made a last-minute decision to fly across the country to Charlotte, North Carolina to watch Hunziker perform. After the show, Schon and Cain approached Hunziker and invited him to fly out to California and audition for the position as lead vocalist for Journey. Hunziker rehearsed with the band and they wrote songs together for the band's upcoming album Revelation. Ultimately things did not work out between Journey and Hunziker. Although he did not become the new singer for the band, Hunziker did receive credit for helping to write the song Never Walk Away, which was the leading track on the album Revelation. In December 2007, Journey hired Filipino singer Arnold Pineda of the cover band The Zoo after Neil Schon saw him on YouTube singing covers of Journey songs. Their next album, Revelation, debuted at number 5 on the Billboard charts, selling more than 196,000 units in its first 2 weeks and staying in the top 20 for 6 weeks. As a multi-disc set, 2x CD, each unit within that set counts as one sale. Journey also found success on Billboard's Adult Contemporary chart where the single After All These Years spent over 23 weeks, peaking at number 9. Receipts from the 2008 tour made Journey one of the top-grossing concert tours of the year, bringing in over $35 million. On December 18, 2008, Revelation was certified platinum by RIAA. The band's second album with Pineda, Eclipse, was released on May 24, 2011, and debuted at number 13 on the Billboard 200 chart. In November 2011, Journey released their second Greatest Hits compilation titled Journey, Greatest Hits, Volume 2, which features songs picked by former frontman Steve Perry. Although Pineda was not the first foreign national to become a member of Journey, former drummer Ainsley Dunbar is British, nor even the first non-white, former bass player Randy Jackson is black, the transition resulted in what Marin Independent Journal writer Paul Liberator called an undercurrent of racism among some Journey fans. Keyboardist Jonathan Cain responded to such sentiments, "We've become a world band. We're international now. We're not about one color." In 2012 the TRIBCAR Film Festival premiered a documentary titled Don't Stop Believin' Every Man's Journey, directed by Ramona A. Diaz. The documentary tells the story of how Journey found lead singer, Arnold Pineda, and follows the band on the road for a year.
Logo.
After featuring the members of the band in various poses for the first 3 studio albums, in 1980 Journey adopted the logo of the scarab beetle, a symbol borrowed from Egyptian hieroglyphs.
In popular culture.
Over the years, Journey songs have been heard or referred to in numerous films, television shows, video games, and even on Broadway. The band's songs have been covered by multiple artists and adopted by sports teams. Most notably, Don't Stop Believin' was heard in the final episode of The Sopranos, adapted by the television show Glee, sung by the Family Guy cast, adopted as the unofficial anthem of the 2005 and 2010 World Series champion baseball teams, performed by the Chipmunks in their 2008 album Undeniable, and sung by the cast of the Broadway musical Rock of Ages.
Discography.